here in this problem, we have to find the maximum value of cos x, cos y, cos z, where x, y, z are the angles of triangle. So now here the function is given as cos x, cos y and cos z, and we have to find the maximum value. So to get the maximum value, we always find the stationary point, and at that stationary point we check the minima or maxima, and here we have to find the maxima at the stationary point, and then we can find out the maximum value. But for that we want the function in terms of x and y. It means we want function of x and y. But if you'll observe here, then here we have function of x, y and z. So first of all, I'll try to convert this function of x, y and z in terms of x and y only. So for that I'll use the given condition. So here it is said that x, y, z are the angles of triangle. So here I'll start with this line. So here x, y, z are the angles of triangle. So we know that in any triangle the addition of all angles is equal to 180, or I can say it is pi, and therefore from here we can get the value of z as pi minus in bracket x plus y, or pi minus x minus y. So therefore here we got the value of z in terms of x and y. Now we'll consider the given function. So let f of x comma y is equal to the given function, that is cos x, cos y and cos z, where z is pi minus x minus y. I'll say this as equation number 1. And now we'll start with these steps. So in step number 1, we will find out the values of dou f by dou x, then dou f by dou y, and 3 more values. So let's start with dou f by dou x. So partial differentiation of f with respect to x here will be given as, so cos y as it is, will partial differentiate this function. So here we have x, here we have x. So here we'll apply the product rule. So by product rule we will get u into v. So cos x as it is, the derivative of this cos of pi minus x minus y. But okay, before that we can use the one more technique or one more formula, and we'll use that formula over here itself. So here we can say it is cos of x, cos of y and cos of pi minus x plus y. So here we have a formula of cos of pi minus theta, and we know that it is minus cos theta. So here we will get minus of cos x into cos y into cos of x plus y. So now this is the new function f of x comma y, and we'll say this as equation number 1. So actually this is our equation number 1. Now let's partially differentiate this function with respect to x. So now cos y does not have any x, so I am keeping it outside as a constant. These two functions have x, so we'll use the product rule. So cos x as it is. Next, derivative of cos of x plus y is minus of, so it is minus of sine of x plus y. Next, middle sign plus cos of x plus y as it is, and derivative of cos x is minus of sine x. Now this minus sign is already there outside. Now what we'll do is we will take the minus sign from both the terms outside, and it will become plus. So outside we have cos y, and here we got the formula, that is sine a cos b plus cos a into sine b. So by using that formula we will get sine of a plus b. So a is x plus y and b is x, so we will get 2x plus y. So here we are applying the formula sine of a plus b equal to sine a cos b plus cos A sin B. Now we'll find out the value of dou f by dou y. So for that we'll partially differentiate f with respect to y. So now first of all we'll keep this minus cos of x outside. In the bracket we have cos y and cos of x plus y. We'll differentiate this by using the product rule. So now cos y as it is, derivative of cos of x plus y is minus sin of x plus y. Next middle sign is plus, then cos of x plus y as it is, and derivative of cos y is minus of sin y. So that will become minus. Next we can take this minus sign common, that will become plus. So here we'll get cos x, and here we'll get a formula sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. It means same formula we are getting. So here we'll get sin of A plus B, that is x plus y plus y. So that is x plus 2y. So that is the value of dou f by dou y. Now we'll find out more three values. So first of all we'll find out dou square f by dou x square. So for that we'll partially differentiate dou f by dou x with respect to x. So value of that is here cos y into sin of 2x plus y. So cos y is constant since there is no x. So I'll copy it down as it is, and derivative of sin 2x plus y is cos 2x plus y into 2. So it is cos y as it is, and it is cos of 2x plus y, and derivative of 2x is 2. Next we'll find out dou square f by dou y square. So it is dou by dou y of dou f by dou y. So we'll partially differentiate dou f by dou y with respect to y. So here we do not have y, cos x constant, and derivative of this is cos of x plus 2y into 2. So cos x as it is, and that is cos of x plus 2y into 2. Next we'll find out the last value, that is dou square f by dou x dou y. So for that we'll partially differentiate dou f by dou y with respect to x. So we'll differentiate this value with respect to x. So both functions has x. So here we'll apply the product rule. So now let's start. So sin of x plus 2y as it is, derivative of cos x is minus of sin x plus cos x as it is, and derivative of sin is cos of x plus 2y. So here if we'll rewrite it properly, then we have cos x cos of x plus 2y minus sin x sin of x plus 2y. So here we are getting the form cos A into cos B minus sin A into sin B. So that is nothing but cos A plus B. So here I can say cos of A, that is x, plus x plus 2y, so 2x plus 2y. So this is the value of dou square f by dou x dou y. So after this we'll start with step number 2. So in step number 2 we will solve these two equations simultaneously, that is dou f by dou x equal to 0 and dou f by dou y equal to 0. So here we'll say step number 2. So solve dou f by dou x equal to 0 and dou f by dou y equal to 0, two equations simultaneously. So here the equation dou f by dou x is this cos y sin of 2x plus y equal to 0. So therefore cos y sin of 2x plus y equal to 0, and the equation dou f by dou y is here cos x sin x plus 2y. So cos x sin x plus 2y equal to 0. Now if we'll solve this, then here we'll get cos y equal to 0, or sine of 2x plus y equal to 0, and here we'll get cos x equal to 0 or sine of x plus 2y is equal to 0. So here we'll get cos inverse of 0. So cos inverse of 0 is nothing but pi by 2. So therefore here we can get y equal to pi by 2 or x plus, that is 2x plus y is equal to sine inverse of 0. So sine inverse of 0 is 0 and it is pi also. So here since y is pi by 2, sine inverse of 0 cannot be 0. So it has to be pi because that value will be obviously greater than this pi by 2. So it is pi. Similarly here cos inverse of 0 is pi by 2 or x plus 2y. So sine inverse of 0 is pi. So from here we can say that we get one pair as pi by 2, and to get the other pair we have to solve these two equations simultaneously. So for that what we'll do is we'll multiply this first equation by 2. So here we'll get 4x plus 2y equal to 2 pi, and here we'll get x plus 2y is equal to pi, and we'll subtract this. So it will become minus, minus and minus. So we can cancel this plus 2y minus 2y. Here we'll get 3x equal to pi, or I can say x equal to pi by 3. By substituting x equal to pi by 3 here, we'll get 2 pi by 3, and y will become pi minus 2 pi by 3, that is pi by 3. So therefore y is equal to pi by 3. So here we got two pairs, one is pi by 3 comma pi by 3 and pi by 2 comma pi by 2. So here I'll say, so therefore pi by 2 comma pi by 2 and pi by 3 comma pi by 3 are the stationary values. So now we'll check the minima and maxima at the stationary values. So let's check the first stationary value, that is pi by 2 comma pi by 2. So that is our step number 3. So here I'll say step number 3. So finding minima or maxima. So to find minima or maxima, we'll take the first pair. So first pair is for x comma y equal to pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Now at this point we'll find out the value of this dou square f by dou x square. For time being I'll call this as r, I'll call this as t, and this is our s. So we'll find out the value of r, t and s for the stationary point pi by 2 comma pi by 2. So for r we will get r equal to 2 times cos of y. So y is pi by 2 into cos of, here we have 2x plus y. So 2 into pi by 2, that is pi, plus y, that is pi by 2. So here we will get 2 into cos pi by 2, that is cos 90, and we will get it as 0. Next we'll find out the value of t. T is 2 into cos x. So that will become 2 into cos of pi by 2, because value of x is pi by 2. Next cos of x plus 2y. So x is pi by 2, y is pi by 2. So here we'll get pi. So pi by 2 plus pi. So pi by 2 plus pi. But cos of 90 is 0. So the whole term is 0. So t is also 0. And the last value is s. So s is cos of, here 2, pi by 2, pi by 2, 2 cancel, pi plus pi, 2 pi. So here we'll get cos of pi plus pi. So cos of 2 pi, which is equal to 1. So if we'll check the value of rt minus s square, then it is 0 minus 1, and that is minus 1, which is less than 0. And whenever rt minus s square is less than 0, that time we say that there is neither minima nor maxima, because that is a saddle point, and hence we reject that pair. So here due to here RT minus S square is less than 0. Therefore, we will reject the pair. So we are rejecting the pair pi by 2 and pi by 2. Now we'll take the second pair, and for that pair we'll find out the minima or maxima. So the second point that we got here is pi by 3 and pi by 3. So now I'll find minima or maxima for pi by 3 comma pi by 3. So now the second point, that is for x comma y equal to pi by 3 comma pi by 3. So we'll again find out the value of r, t and s square or s. So for r, we'll substitute the values over here. So here we'll get 2 into cos y. So that will become 2 into cos, y is pi by 3, into cos 2x plus y. So x is pi by 3 and y is pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3 plus pi by 3, that will become, so 2 pi by 3 plus pi by 3. So if we'll calculate, then here we'll get 3 pi by 3, and that is pi. So cos pi is minus 1. Here 2 we have. Here cos of 60 we have. So 60 is again half into minus 1, that is last term. So we'll get answer as minus 1. So we're getting r as minus 1. Let's find out t. So t is again 2 into cos x. So 2 into cos of x is pi by 3 and cos of x plus 2y. So similar to this, we'll get cos of x is pi by 3 plus 2y. So 2 pi by 3. So here we'll again get pi, addition is pi. So cos pi is minus 1, and here we'll get again 2 cancel. So 2, 1 by 2 minus 1. So we'll get minus 1. Now let's find out the s. So it is cos of 2x plus 2y. So that is cos of 2x is pi by 3 plus 2 pi by 3, because y is also pi by 3. So here we'll get cos of, the addition is 4 pi by 3. Now cos of 4 pi by 3 is minus 1 by 2. And now we'll find out the value of RT minus S square. So the RT minus S square, here we will get minus 1 into minus 1, that is R into T, which is 1, middle sign minus S square. So square of this is 1 by 4. So here we'll get 3 by 4, which is greater than 0. So whenever RT minus S square is greater than 0, there will be either minima or maxima, and for that we'll check the value of R. So here I'll say also R is equal to minus 1, which is less than 0. And whenever R is less than 0, we say there is maxima. So here I'll say here it is maxima since R is less than 0. So now we'll find out the maximum value of the function at the point pi by 3 comma pi by 3, and for that I'll substitute the value of pi by 3 comma pi by 3 in equation number 1. So here this is our equation number 1, that is minus cos x cos y cos of x plus y. I'll substitute the value of pi by 3 and pi by 3. So here I'll say from equation number 1, maximum value of f of x comma y is equal to minus of cos x, so minus cos pi by 3. Next we have cos y, so cos pi by 3, and cos x plus y, that means pi by 3 plus pi by 3. So cos pi by 3, and cos pi by 3 plus pi by 3 is cos 2 pi by 3. Now let's check the values. So here we know that cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2, again cos pi by 3 1 by 2, and cos 2 pi by 3 is minus 1 by 2. So by multiplying this we will get positive 1 by 8. So therefore the maximum value of cos x, cos y, cos z is 1 by 8. Thank you.